Wedding backdrop ideas for your big day.
Hi, we're Rebecca and Laura, and today we are talking wedding backdrops. So we're thinking for things like at the end of the aisle at your ceremony, so you get all kind of nicely like framed and some good shots to get married in front of, but also things like maybe for behind your top table, your sweetheart table, things like that, or just kind of make sort of statement areas in your venue. We're not focusing so much on sort of photo backdrops or kind of cake backdrops in this video. We will do that in an upcoming video, and we'll link that in the description box below when that drops, so do keep an eye out for that. All the images that you see popping up today are on our dedicated Pinterest board, which again the link will be in the description box below, so you can kind of take a closer look and pin the ideas that you really like from there as well. But yeah, there is a surprising variety out there, so hopefully you'll feel inspired by today's video.
So it's something you've probably already seen or been aware of because it's grown in popularity the last few years, are kind of moon gates, or like the architectural backdrops, so apexes. So you've got the harder surfaces like wood, decorated, well, some are decorated, some aren't, with florals and things like that.
Falling like grass, like pampas grass stuff, to give that more rustic vibe on those ones.
So yeah, having a statement at the end of the aisle with some like hard surfaces softened with a few bits, just to add that interest and height behind you, especially at the end of the aisle.
Yeah, and something that we actually recently put in our wedding trends video for 2025, really got to concentrate on saying that, is again for your ceremony, is at the top having, it's kind of like a floral archway, but it's like it's fallen over. So it's just more like an arc on the floor. So obviously as you face it, like an arc coming away from you, so you're not stepping over it to get in it. But yeah, so you kind of like being surrounded by flowers, or as they could be pampas grasses or this kind of thing. But yeah, to kind of, yeah, it's all around your feet, and you can make all different kinds of vibes with that. It could be more rustic, you could do it on the beach and be kind of like open-toed and like barefoot in amongst it with sand and things, like, because obviously it will draw the attention downward slightly too. So if you're big on like shoes and you're going big for like your wedding shoes and having a shorter dress, that kind of thing, it could be a fun idea to play with. But I'm just throwing that out there.
Something that we probably should have mentioned in our 2025 trends video, but we didn't actually
hindsight.
Is drapery.
Yes.
So this is really starting to become like really big. The more like organic, fluid draping at the end of the aisle or behind the top table. It still needs some sort of structure to be able to be draped over, but it's lots of like ethereal, like not heavy fabrics, like light fabrics draping, so it's like airy, ethereal, but interesting shapes.
Yeah, it's very elegant.
Yes.
But understated at the same time. Yeah. But if you want to be the opposite of understated, if you want to be loud and fun and really make a kind of statement piece, you could bring all the colour, or just match your colour palette, it's fine, but like different ways to do it, but sort of tassels just hanging at the backdrop, and those photos will be really fun afterwards, I think. But yeah, lots of fun, like I say, colours or like metallics and mixed in together, always kind of carnival party vibe, like vibrant.
If you're going for like the disco ball type vibe, that will work really well with that kind of backdrop as well.
Yes, that would definitely complement that.
Yeah. Sticking with the fabric theme, but in a slightly different format, and this is something else that we possibly could have mentioned in our trends video, and we missed as well.
Reshoot.
Or do another one. More trends
for
2025. Linen fabric banner backdrops. So rather than drapery, these are kind of like the straight down fabric strips, I guess. Although one wide strip of fabric. Potentially with some words on, so whether that's the lyrics to a song or a poem or just something meaningful, a meaningful saying to the two of you, you could have that, so it's kind of a more personalised way of being included in the ceremony. So it could either be just a short amount of words, or you could either use it as a runner all the way down the aisle, up behind you as well for the ceremony, covered in words. So that's, favourite quotes, books, poems, songs, things like that.
That way, if you're late to the wedding as a bride, the guests got something to read while they wait.
Very true.
And also in terms of words, things that you could maybe like add to some of the other backdrops that we've been showing you, or just to have it as the focal point on like a metal frame or something really basic. But neon wording, like letters, it could be your new names, like your couple name, or just something like better together, something like it's more generic but would still work afterwards in your home, something like that. Add a bit of sort of light interest kind of behind you. Obviously, a lot of these things that we're saying, they could double up as photo backdrops too, like as to have, particularly have photos in front of, or you could reutilize them. So if you have used it for your ceremony, you can obviously then move things, relocate them, and use them again for photo backdrops. It's just, we had a lot more ideas for another video for that, but of course.
But speaking of photos, another really personal idea is to have some like enlarged photos behind you as a backdrop as well. So whether they're maybe your engagement photos or just photos of your relationship, so throughout the years, however long you've been together, or just meaningful photos that make sense in that setting with your loved ones around you, blown up either on card or again printed on fabric, put on some sort of frame, and it's something, again, it's adding all the like meaningful personal touches to the day, which can make it a bit extra special.
Yeah, definitely. Another way to go would be floral pillars. It's kind of an evolution of the floral arches that have perhaps been around for, well, I feel like as long as it's been backdrops, I feel like maybe we started there and things have evolved. Pillars either side, kind of big, again, statement pieces. But again, these can be moved around your venue. So if you're having that for your ceremony, they then could be moved around to either end of your top table and things. So if you think, that's a lot of expense just for my 20-minute ceremony or however long yours is, but for perhaps a relatively short amount of time, well, it's that you can arrange for these things to obviously be relocated into other parts of the day to continue the statement.
Yeah.
So,
get your money's
factor
worth
in to your thinking.
But you're not actually limited to just things you can put on the ground to like add height from ground up. You could hang things to create your backdrop. So hanging foliage or hanging floral clouds, either just kind of one statement thing that kind of hangs just above you as you're standing there, or something that could come all the way down to the floor. Lots of the foliages and flowers would work really well with that, and the dried grasses. Add some lights in there if you want.
Some like tea lights.
Lots of options. But yes, don't be limited in your thinking from kind of just putting things on the ground. Think of the ceiling.
Yeah, or just purely behind you. So that could be more encompassing, like three-dimensional. But, Anyway, we hope you liked some of those ideas. Let us know which was your favourite in the comments below. We are nosy and would love to know. But yes, we hope you liked the video. Don't forget to check out the supporting Pinterest board. Again, that's linked in the description box below so that you can get pinning and saving those ideas for yourself. But yes, so give the video a thumbs up if you did like it, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more content like this, including the upcoming photo backdrop and cake display backdrop video.